It's a really rainy day. Once again, get used to it because it's not going to go away anytime soon. We're still back at greenhouse though, as always, checking out his plants, seeing how things are going, seeing if anything needs doing. But when I came in this morning, I noticed this little pot that we've done was those multi-sown radishes. How good are they? Perfect. Chop the top off the lot, sprinkle it on your salad. Really tasty and very nutritious. But for a little pot, that's doing really well. And that's basically now ready to harvest. This one's doing alright as well. We've got roots just starting to come out at the bottom, but no surprise with the amount of plants that's in there. So in these pots, they're doing really well. We've also got a bit of spinach that's come through and some lettuce seedlings. So, all in all, really pleased with the way that they've come on. Also, that multi-sown mustard that we did, I think we put 3 or 4 seeds in each cell, and that's coming on really good as well. And it's only been a few days since we did that full tray of multi-sown seeds. I was going to pop outside and check on those carrots in that raised bed, but I don't think this is going to stop today, so maybe we'll look at that tomorrow. That really long trough that we did quite recently, that we put 2 rows of carrots in, the carrots have already started to come through. So that's really good, because carrots can sometimes take a long time before you see anything. Actually to a point where you think they're not going to germinate at all. But I've seen a couple poking their heads up, so that's all good. And they're the regular carrots, early ones that grow quite long, around about 5 to 6 inches. I've still got some of these Chantenay Royals left, and they're perfect container carrots because they only grow into little fat stubby carrots. So first off, if you put them in a container like this with plenty of holes in bottom, you could probably put 3 rows of carrots in there, and they've got plenty of depth because they're not going to get very long, but they can also grow shoulder to shoulder because they're not going to be big fat carrots either. And with a container that size, you could harvest quite a few meals of baby carrots to pop into your stews through autumn and winter. So because it's not going to really take up any space or any compost, we might as well use this pack, and then we can buy fresh again next year. And also because we know it's not going to reach the bottom of that container, we can part fill it with lumpy stuff, which is something we like to do because it saves us money. And then we can just top it off with some sifted compost, so it's really nice, fine and loose. And obviously these carrots will stay in this greenhouse. Even though carrots are very cold hardy, it's going to make it quicker for germination if they're in here. And since they're in a container, they might as well stay in here on bench, and we can just keep his eye on them. And also they're going to be away from pests. So as I always do with carrots, I just fill containers and then just give them a light bang down. Because we want the compost to stay nice and loose. But I am going to very lightly level it out. I'm not pressing down on this. I'm just creating a nice flat even bed. I am going to damp this compost before I put any seeds on though. It always works a lot better to pop your carrot seeds on already damp compost. They seem to germinate a lot better. And because I'm looking to get possibly just baby carrots out of this, I'm just going to multi-sow. I'm not even going to make any lines. Just going to get lots of seeds in this container, which is not normal practice for carrots, but because we only want small carrots, we can afford to overseed this tray. And I did this last year in containers, just 10-litre pots, and we got loads and loads of baby carrots from those. So you can see there's a lot of seeds on there now. And that'll do. We've got plenty left over to do more containers if we want to later in the year. And then we're just going to barely cover those seeds. It's a good thing about carrot seeds, they're really light as opposed to brassica seeds, so you can actually see them disappear as you're lightly dusting this compost over the top. Then I'll just quickly give that a water. Then I'm just going to pop some cling film over the top of that. Something that I do tend to do quite a lot. For two reasons. Especially with carrots, you want to be keeping that moisture in until they've germinated. But also, it stops pests digging your seeds up, which is not something we've got time for. So that's another quick and easy job. And we'll just pop that to one side with everything else that we've got growing. And I know at this time of year, a lot of people stop sowing seeds because of the way that the weather is. But if you just stick to those cold hardy plants, offer a little bit of protection. Even when it drops really cold and it gets to minus, you can just put bubble wrap around all your containers and a little bit of fleece over the top, just offering that little bit of extra protection. And you'll be surprised at what you can actually accomplish through autumn and winter. So we'll be looking forward to those baby Chantenay Royal carrots. We know they'll grow perfectly fine in that container, and they're going to be nice little sweet additives to us meals through cold season. But meanwhile, I'm going to take these microgreens back down to the house, get them harvested, popped in a bag and put in the fridge, and that's something else that's highly nutritious that we can look forward to even at this time of year. If you've not already subscribed to the channel and you'd like to see what else we're going to be doing, please just hit that subscribe button, press that notifications bell, and we'll see you on the next upload. Take care.